Support for Destination Michigan is provided by the CMU Bookstore. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, maroon and gold memories, and an official outfitter of Adidas apparel at the Central Michigan University owned and operated CMU Bookstore. Online shopping 7 days a week at cmubookstore.com. On campus at the University Center, and game day locations at Kelly Short Stadium and the John G. Kohalvi Events Center.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Destination Michigan. In this episode, we're going all over the map, from the capital city to the Upper Peninsula. We've got a great collection of stories for you today, so let's not waste any time and take a sneak peek at what we have coming up for you.
We reenact baseball when it is kind of in a modification of cricket.
There you go.
We're leading things off with a trip to Frankenmuth for a day of vintage baseball.
It's sunny anywhere we go when we have our ukuleles in our hands.
Ukulele fans head to Lansing to celebrate the instrument they love. Plus, Stephanie Mills meets the couple behind Falling Waters Lodge in Leland, and Steve Smith visits a self-proclaimed tourist trap in the Upper Peninsula. And finally, it's off to Bay City to enjoy a sunset cruise on the 85-foot schooner Appledore. All of these stories are coming your way on this episode of Destination Michigan. For so many of us, summertime in Michigan means one thing. It's baseball season. And all across Michigan, baseball lovers have been putting a historical twist on our nation's favorite pastime. And even I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get in on the action, so I suited up with the Frankenmuth Bavarian Baseball Club to see if I had what it took to become a vintage ball player. If it's vintage, they will come. And they have come from near and far. With names like the Independents, the La-Di-Das, and the Old Golds, over 20 teams from across the Midwest made their way to these fields in Frankenmuth to take part in Michigan's first and only vintage baseball festival.
It's a great way to keep the game alive. There's great history. There's not just one thing. Some of these guys I've known for a decade now, and it's just fun to see them, every weekend.
There are people from Indiana and Ohio that I'm really good friends with, because of this one thing that we have and we hold together.
I am a history teacher by trade. To be able to really kind of relive what our great-great-great-grandfathers would have done is really touching.
Michigan is home to over 30 vintage ball clubs, playing by the rules put in place when baseball was in its infancy.
We reenact baseball when it is kind of in a modification of cricket. The most unique thing is the fact that we don't have gloves, and you have to essentially relearn how to play the game.
There are definitely some throws. The first baseman ends up with a black and blue hand often just because the throws come in from short and third all the time. So, but it's baseball, so.
There is some serious baseball skill on display here at the festival, which honestly made me a little bit nervous to take the field, considering the last time I played baseball was in the 7th grade. Nonetheless, there was nothing that was going to keep Matthew Mittens Ozanek on the bench today. Connecting with the ball didn't prove itself to be that much of a challenge, but hoofing it around the bases certainly did.
My heart's about to explode. I haven't run that much since 12th grade.
Between the makeshift fields and the friendly ribbing between teams, it reminded me so much of the sandlot days of my youth. And I owed this day of baseball glory to festival organizer and Frankenmuth team captain Matt Barnard. After our victory over the Royal Oak Wahoos, I chatted with the barrel roller to learn more.
Good game. Now, this was my first time ever playing vintage baseball. You can be honest with me. How did I do?
Oh, for your first time, you did great. I'm not even lying to you right now.
Oh, good.
It was really good. We had a couple of other first-timers out there. They did really good. It's baseball. At its core, it's baseball.
What are the big differences between the baseball that we know today and 1860s rules?
The biggest difference between modern baseball and 1860s is that there was a gentlemanly aspect to the game. You were expected to call yourself out. They didn't call balls and strikes. The pitcher was actually supposed to supply you with a good pitch to hit. He was out there to help you. And there's a couple of different styles of vintage. There's bound and fly, which you learned about today, where you can catch things off of one hop and it still be an out. It's just, there's a lot of little differences that make up this huge difference.
Yeah.
But everybody does it for the love of the game and vintage.
Absolutely. And of course, the big difference I noticed, and the big difference that my hands notice, is that we don't use gloves. Why couldn't I use a glove today?
They weren't invented yet.
They were invented.
In the 1860s, but you know why they were invented now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My palms are reminding me.
Because there's finger issues that happen, and you use the ball, the same ball for the entire match. So in the very beginning of the match, it's hard. Like, it's a hard ball.
Yeah.
But by the 5th inning, it'll start softening it up, and then it's a lot easier to play with. So often you'll get teams that, even though they're the home team, will choose to bat first so they can have that ball at its hardest.
Gotcha.
They know how hard it is to catch.
And one thing I noticed too out today, everybody gets a nickname. A vintage
You have
baseball
to have a nickname. We made up one for you on the spot.
You guys did. You gave me the name Mittens.
Mittens,
Which
yes.
I'm still a little on the fence about, but you know what?
Well,
I'll take it.
You know what? They evolve.
They
You know,
evolve.
they change.
Oh, absolutely.
Eventually, a nickname comes around where you just know it's you. My name is Barrel Roller. The captain of the Bay City Independence named me that because I deliver beer.
Yeah.
And so it just stuck. Boom, it's in. This is a perfect place for players to meet each other. They play single matches all season. They only see these guys maybe once every 3 years.
Right.
So they can reconnect with those relationships. They can make new relationships. So out of this festival atmosphere, I'm hoping that teams that don't usually schedule each other and play each other will now come together and play. So that's basically what the point of the festival is.
And since there are over 24 men's and women's ball clubs across Michigan, chances are there's one in your neck of the woods. And if not, feel free to start your own and see if you and your friends have what it takes to go head-to-head with these seasoned veterans. Destination Michigan Steve Smith is going to change the tempo now with a trip to Old Town Lansing. Get ready to tap your toes and strike a melodious chord with one of the happiest instruments on the planet.
Mighty Uke Day is a holiday of sorts in Old Town Lansing. Every spring, ukulele enthusiasts gather to strum up a storm.
Oh, I'm so excited to be a part of this. You know what though, there's a lot of people who are a part of this and we just have a great time meeting. You know, you meet people when you play the ukulele from all over the world. It's just so much fun.
It's like a giant jam session. Hundreds of ukulele players from across North America gather in Old Town for music and merriment.
It is a very happy instrument. You can play anything on it. It doesn't have to all be happy songs, but happy people seem to gravitate toward that instrument and that type of music.
I think that people should go out and get an ukulele because of joy, fun, friendship, family, and it just feels good in your heart. Joy fuels that passion. And the joy comes from seeing everybody here, everybody having a great time. No matter where you're at, you're gonna find somebody smiling on the streets of Old Town today. And that's very infectious. You know, how can you not smile when everybody else is smiling too?
Mighty Uke Day is the brainchild of Ben Hassinger. He says the Portuguese introduced the machete to Hawaii in the mid-1800s. That's where it became known as the ukulele.
And the Hawaiians were so amazed with how quickly their fingers moved up and down on the strings. They thought it was like a flea jumping on the string. So ukulele actually means jumping flea.
The ukulele has experienced a resurgence in recent years. The instrument seems to strike a chord with people of all ages.
It's great for getting kids started and getting them having an appreciation for music and learning about music and dynamics and chords and all these things. And it's great for the seniors group.
Ben's particularly proud of his weekly date with a group of senior citizens, the Prime Time Strummers.
Kick-started the PT Strummers program. I just came in and said, I want to start a ukulele program here. I brought in ukuleles and donated my time. And we're doing work actually all around the state now.
So what does it take to experience this musical magic?
One, it's small, right? It's easy to carry around. Two, you can get a decent playable ukulele for about 60 bucks. And with one finger, you can play a C chord and just get started just strumming and play row, row, row your boat with one chord. You can then learn the F chord, C and F. You can play a couple songs back and forth with that.
I got into it because I had a traumatic injury to my dominant hand, and I played woodwinds, and for a while I couldn't play, and I got tired of hearing myself say, I can't, I can't, I can't. Well, you know what? I wanted to switch it into something I can. And with the ukulele, you can.
Mighty Uke Day also features a number of workshops, including tips from world-renowned uke professional James Hill. From the workshops to open mic performances, Mighty Uke Day organizers funnel proceeds back into the community.
As Mighty Uke Day grew, we actually had money, we made money. And it's like, well, what are we gonna do with this? And yeah, you could just put it in the bank or something, but we decided to start a nonprofit called Music is the Foundation. We've started supporting music programs in Lansing public schools. We're donating ukuleles to libraries so they can check them out as a library of things, and doing workshops and things like that. So that's really become a big part of my life, is using all of this music and that's another way to spread it, I guess, to other people. And it's great with kids, is getting them started, getting that appreciation of music.
The rain and chilly weather this year was no reason to fret. Just pick up an ukulele and strum your blues away.
I think I've just found music to be such an important part of the fabric of life. I can't imagine living without it, and I think I want to spread that joy to other people and show them what it's about.
You don't even think of the rain, you don't think of the cold, all you do is think of the warmth of the people, you think of all the joy of the music, and it's sunny anywhere we go when we have our ukuleles in our hands.
Mighty Uke Day is also a great opportunity to explore all that Old Town Lansing has to offer, with its vast array of restaurants and specialty shops. Steve Smith just loves his visits to the Upper Peninsula, so he's taking us along on his latest road trip to Ishpeming. The destination, the Yoopers Tourist trip.
My name is Jim Hooley. They call me Hooley. DeCare. You just call me Hooley.
You may recognize Hooley as the frontman for the Yoopers, a band popular for legendary songs like Rusty Chevrolet.
Dashing through the snow in my rusty Chevrolet, down the road I go, sliding all the way. I need new piston rings, I need some new snow tires. My car is held together by a piece of chicken wire. Oh,
Despite their success as a novelty band, the Yoopers learned that music is fickle.
That's the problem right there. It's like eat, no, eat, no.
So Hooley realized a day job was important. Today you'll find Hooley hanging out along M41 in, you guessed it, the UP.
Oh, this is the Yoopers Tourist trap. It's one of the meccas of Yooperland. If people say, I always thought you guys did funny songs, but actually you're very cultural when they see this thing. They know a cultural thing when they see it. If you want to have a good laugh, stop by, eh?
Hooley's smarter than he looks. He can tune up an audience like he tunes a guitar.
Always in the UP, guys have to drink enough beer to get out there and dance because they have no courage otherwise. They can't get out there. So they have to have 3-4 beers and then get loosened up a little bit. So they weren't doing anything in that first hour. So we started doing Northern comedy, Bobby Arrow stuff and all this. And all of a sudden people were going, oh, do that again. We love them songs.
And after that, the Yoopers compiled enough hits to fill a K-Tel record. Hits like Smelting USA, Who Goose da Moose, and The Couch That Burps.
A couch that burps and talks to the TV. I'm married to a couch that burps and talks to the TV.
The Yoopers were finding a fan base, and Hooley was rubbing elbows with the stars.
Weird Al Yankovic, I met the guy, and he was such a sweet, dear person. I couldn't believe it, very laid back. I meet all these guys by the Porta-John. I can't understand it. I'm standing in line at the Porta-John, I turn around, there's a Weird Al. Al, Hoolie, because we both know Dr. Demento. I met Charlie Daniels standing in line at Porta-John. I'm looking, I know this guy from somewhere.
Self-deprecating Yooper humor drives everything Hoolie does. There's the riding lawnmower, the world's largest operating chainsaw, a Yooper ORV, inventions of genius, and a legendary deer
The second week of deer camp, I got a swollen head. I'm lying with the dust
And like most UP deer
underneath my
camps,
bed.
the talk turns
And icy
political.
breezes blowing in.
I think we want to be our own country now. I was thinking about that today when I put this on. I thought 51st state, maybe our own country or something like that. We had a song called Dear Mr. Governor. It just says, Dear Mr. Governor, you better turn us loose. We asked you for some rest stops. Instead, you sent us moose.
Even reality show producers got wind of the Yoopers, but Hoolie said no dice.
We got hustled by about 20 different companies from Boston to the LA to Canada. One of them was, we want to get into this controversy between Lower Michigan and Upper Michigan. We're going to have you guys as the headquarters of this battle. I said, stop right there, my friend.
You might say Hoolie knows it's the trolls that butter his bread. And his payback, he feeds our need to laugh, even if it's at our quirky selves.
And you hear people in there, oh, we had so much fun out here, we laughed, and that's all you need to hear,
The Yoopers Tourist Trap is a must-see destination, not only for its amazing store, but rockhounds will find one of the best selections of fossils and precious stones in the Rock Knocker shop. Next, we head from the town of Ishpeming to the town of Leland in Leelanau County. There, the Falling Waters Lodge has been a staple of the iconic Fishtown community, where families have been making memories for generations. And now, new owners are breathing new life into this Fishtown jewel.
Now we're like, nice. Now people want to stay with us just because our rooms are awesome, and we're on the dam, and we're just a really cool hotel.
Falling Waters Lodge in Fishtown is not your typical hotel. If you've ever visited Fishtown and had lunch at the Cove, your gaze no doubt would have traveled across the dam to this historic hotel.
Well, Falling Waters Lodge used to be basically just a mill and a bunch of grassland. There was nothing else here. So the dam existed, but nothing else did. And then Roger Hummel was an architect. He had literally just graduated, and he came out and he designed both the lodge and the cove next door. They were built together. It's an incredibly unique building with super unique nooks and crannies throughout. And it went through quite a few owners, 3 or 4, throughout its tenure before it got to Emily and I.
Another thing that makes this place anything but typical, the lodge is now run by these two, Cooper and Emily Heston, and their dog Bear. They bought the lodge after Cooper's grandpa, who owned it for 19 years, passed away.
My mom and uncle inherited the lodge, and then on March 30th, 2017, Emily and I became the official owners of the lodge, and we bought it from them, and we've just not stopped running since.
Cooper and Emily, they met in college and have a long history with the lodge. Prior to becoming its owners, they spent many summers helping out, cleaning up, and fixing what needed to be done to the 21-room destination. Still, taking it over was never part of the plan. The day the two got the keys, they ripped up all the carpet and continued to make improvements with each new day.
I absolutely never in my wildest dreams could have imagined that I would end up anywhere outside of Minnesota, let alone owning any business, let alone owning this business. I was always going to live alone in the woods somewhere and write poetry and not talk to people. And instead I talk to dozens of people every single day, and I love it. I would not be doing it if I didn't love it.
I think our main goal as owners has always been to make the lodge as beautiful on the inside as the location that it is in on the outside. And that's kind of been our goal throughout. Starting with the floors, and then the deck and the kitchenettes and the furniture and the whole thing.
Bringing the lodge up to date has really resonated with the families who visit here. Cooper and Emily say not only are reservations up, but guests are choosing to stay longer, taking advantage of the fantastic fishing over the balcony, or walking to nearby Vans Beach, or just taking in the beauty and charm of Fishtown, Leland, and the nearby wineries.
But we felt so welcomed by all the other people who live here. It's been really gratifying to be able to put the love into something that was an icon in the community that really needed that love. It's sort of showing folks that we do respect their community and want to support it as well as they do.
They've also partnered with local artists to decorate the rooms with and help sponsor community events. Their way of giving back to this little slice of heaven.
The location is unbeatable. You've got water views everywhere, and it's the small town charm. It doesn't feel as touristy or as fake. It's just you're here, and people live here year round, and you're getting to enjoy what they love. And northern Michigan is just, there's something for everyone.
Falling Waters Lodge is not a Hilton, it's not a chain hotel, it is very clearly owned by two young folks that have passion for it. But you know, there's 15 employees and we all do our absolute best to make sure that every single guest has all their needs taken care of. It's not open, the office is not open 24 hours, it's open for 12, and so after that we have a cell phone that gets called, and you need anything, you get us on the cell phone and we come back. But it's small. You know, we're small time, and we do big things and we have big moments, but at the end of the day, it's really just those 15 people making that happen. And I think that that is really unique.
Unique, not typical. A testament to the northern Michigan landscape, and especially the picturesque setting here in historic and quaint Fishtown.
Cooper and Emily did tell us that even though they may butt heads every now and again, they absolutely love working together and turning their vision into a reality. And finally, we head to Bay City, an area in the midst of a beautiful renovation. The downtown is constantly bustling with new activity and storefronts. But one staple along the riverfront has been there for decades, the 85-foot schooner Appledore. While this historic and classic ship does have a new captain, its core message about preservation and environmental education remains the same. Stephanie Mills takes us out on the bay.
Now we're in the summer season, we're operational, so we're predominantly a platform for education, so which is really, the mainstay of why I do tall ships. It has a mandate for sail training, personal development, professional development, and young people, as well as another specific mandate for environmental education having to do with the Great Lakes watershed.
How cool would it be if this ship served as your classroom? Well, that is the case for some on board the Appledore, this classic schooner that calls Bay City home. It is striking to see up close with all its masts and sails. From evening cruises to week-long educational excursions, there is a lot of learning and fun happening on board.
So Bay Sail's mission is grounded in environmental education. We offer programs called Science Under Sail to classrooms from around the state of Michigan in the spring and the fall, and then other groups throughout the summertime. That's where our real foundation is environmental education and STEM programming. We also do public sailing opportunities. You can come out for a dinner sail or a lunchtime sail. And then we also have a sail training program called Windward Bound, which is for teenagers. They get to come on board, live on board for an extended period of time, upwards of a week to 10 days. Really learn all aspects of living and working aboard a tall ship.
A tall ship is a large, traditionally rigged sailing vessel, a glimpse into our maritime past. In Michigan, there are only 4 communities that host tall ships. The Appledore is the only tall ship operating on the eastern coast of Michigan in Lake Huron. We rode along on a Friday night sail on a pure Michigan weather kind of day. It was a very wait 5 minutes and see what happens next. Despite pop-up showers and rolling thunder, we eventually made our way up the Saginaw River. Unfortunately for us though, even as the sun was shining, a high wind warning forced us to scrap our plans for sailing in Saginaw Bay. Captain Jesse Doucette has only been in Bay City since the spring, but is extremely respected in this industry.
Teaching is why I do this, the opportunity to teach young people. We're about to do a program, about a week-long program with 6 teenaged sail trainees. We'll go out to the lakes, starting here, play the weather, end off in Rogers City next week for a festival we're doing there. You can't make a great sailor in a week. It's not about that. It's about really opening up eyes and just challenging them and teaching them, you know, these fundamentals. I mean, it's really why I do it. It's really transformative experience for young people. It's nice to be able to give that to them. Yeah. Someone gave it to me, so it's nice to play it forward.
It's really interesting to see all the different people that we get on board. One particular thing that is really great is just exposing kids to the Great Lakes. It's something that even living here in Bay City or anywhere in the Great Lakes Bay region, we're so close to a Great Lake, having the Saginaw Bay just a couple miles away, but there are so many kids who have never experienced a Great Lake.
The sailing season for bay sails usually kicks off at the end of April and sails right through October for fall-colored tours along the river. When winter arrives, the crew heads below deck working on maintenance and upkeep on the ship, because there's still a lot to take care of even when the ship is not at sea.
Bay Sail also helps put on the Tall Ship celebration, which comes to Bay City every 3 years. The next one is slated for 2019. And with that, this episode of Destination Michigan comes to a close. And from all of us here, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Now you can enjoy the Destination Michigan experience anytime, anywhere, online. Just go to pbs.org or download the PBS app to your smartphone or tablet. Search Destination Michigan and relive all of your favorite stories from our beloved Great Lakes state.